け翼
Hi guys, welcome to the stream. TK here.
Hi guys, Kozo over here.
So
Was
today,
very
yes.
sudden.
So we have quite a lot of players to go through today. So I think we shall just jump right into it. So hi guys, hi Natureza, hi King, hi Tintin, hi Nuts, hi George,
Hello everyone.
hi Kaito. So are you guys happy with the new players given Hidden Evolution? Just let me have a few of it. Let's jump! We should start with... just now, who did we start with? Okay, before the stream we already did some discussion, just a quick one, so that we hopefully can cover everything more in details as much as we can. So you guys can chip in as well. There's no Ko. Oh, South Korea. So let's start with Cha. So the Dreamfest Cha got Hidden Evolution, and it's quite interesting. His bond is quite nice. I think it's 3.5%, right? Yeah, 3.5% is quite nice actually for the current meta. And he also comes with shield. 3% shield. That's great too. And we do feel that this Cha, right, if you have the Dream Collection Lee, right, these two can actually be paired together, because the Dream Collection Lee, right, requires non-Japanese skill type non-Japanese players, and this Cha fits right into it. So it's not so awkward like if you use the Dream Collection Cha, right, which requires toughness type. Right, so it's easier for you to blend them both in. And this Cha's last shot is actually considered goal threatening. His last header is very strong, it's 97k, and his last EX shot is quite okay as well. I think it's around 93k if I didn't remember wrongly, around that number. Hi Hyuga. So other than that, right? Yes, his tackle is pretty strong as well, around 60-ish k. And for whatever we discuss, right, we give them the maximum limb break. So this Cha is not that bad after all. I mean, he might not be the top tier type of striker, but if you are struggling with scoring against agility type goalkeepers, right, he might be your answer. And he will be awesome if you have the toughness type Dream Collection Lee to pair, so that Lee can supply the ball to him. Actually, it doesn't matter, anyone can supply the ball to him, especially if you have the new Rival, right? The juicy 10% hotline will just make this Cha wonderful.
He does have a low ball, right?
I don't think so. Yes, I don't think so. Even if he has, right, it won't be as powerful as his. Yep, because he does come with the high ball bonus, right? Yeah, good.
I see.
Right, and so that is Cha. Did we miss out anything, guys? Anything that is important that we didn't discuss about Cha? Yeah, man, Tintin, every forward becomes wonderful with Rival. 10%, insane. And congratulations, Tintin got Rival.
Congrats.
Alright, let's move on to the next player, which I think will be Pierre. So, Nuts is asking about whether Pierre can work. Okay. Okay, full body stand is always something. So with full full body stand, right, Pierre is a very strong utility player. And of course, he comes with shield as well. 3.5%. So just now we went through the numbers. His utilities abilities are quite great, and he is actually a gold threat in some sense if you have Napoleon, a usable Napoleon in your team. If you don't have Napoleon, right, then might as well use him as a utility player. So Kozo was saying that he is quite a reliable utility player that you can put on the bench. So if you are up against some sort of debuff team, right, you can bring him on.
Yep, the 3.5% shield is useful.
Right. Hi Dimas, thanks for the blessing.
I think you should decide what you want to do with him and concentrate on doing it, because he can't be a gold threat and a utility player because of his full body stand.
Yep. And because of the 30%, right, the higher the bonus, right, that means the quicker he drops in power. As in, after beyond his first action, right, his second action will be significant weaker. And all defensive skills are actually quite expensive to use. How much stamina does he have? 1100. It actually is quite okay. Still quite okay. So his second action might still have like around 29%, 28-ish. So it's still quite okay. But the bottom line is, currently there is which Napoleon is good. Other than the debuff Napoleon, I think most of Napoleons are very underwhelming.
Yep.
So the best way to use him is as a utility player. Which is better? Brian Dreamfest version 2 or Pierre version 2? In my opinion, Pierre version 2 is much better. He has a lot of skills.
Compared to Brian?
Yeah, the blue Brian.
Oh, okay, the blue Brian.
Dream,
I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So because
the Dream Collection.
Yep. So Pierre has a lot of good skills. You know, he's got a better pass. His stacker is great. His intercept is great. So I think as a utility player, he will be better than Brian in many ways. Just that Brian do not need his brother to be a gold threat. Actually, that in order for that Brian to be a gold threat, you need to win 2 matchups. So that is not easy as well. Alright, Devin is here. Hi Devin. Next player we will look at is who is that player again? Let me see. Matsuyama. So maybe Kozo, you can tell us what you seen on Mota's video regarding Matsuyama, this version of Matsuyama.
Yeah, I was watching Mota's PvP game earlier in the day, and he was showcasing this guy. So both sides are using him, and he's just tackling everything left, right, center. So yeah, this tackle is very capable of bullying, and you know he comes with the special skill block with skill block cancel. So if you are familiar with how Stain works, the Breakfast brother, dead brother, it's always very useful when you can block one skill and not be blocked.
Right. Although the block chance is 60%, this is 60%.
Oh, okay, only 60.
Yeah, but strangely 60 is a pretty reliable number.
But I mean,
yes.
with his skill block cancel, it will mean his tackle is always available. So actually, doesn't really need to block a lot of skills. He can just tackle his way.
Right, and his tackle is close to 90k. Not quite. I think it's around 89k, but it's still very scary. Capable of bullying.
Especially when this guy actually fits the debuff team. Oh yeah, the numbers when debuffed, he's really gonna tackle everything if you don't
Right.
have enough shields.
As for his win matchup, the matchup win bonus is it's quite nice. A 20% after you win a tackle, right? So you can boost your passing stats. So yeah, it's not
I
that
think
bad.
his passing and dribbling is quite low, right?
Right,
Even with that boost.
dribble is impossible. It's impossible. He's impossible. His dribble is really really weak. But as for passing, right, if you the next matchup is a attacking midfielder or forward, right, his pass is decent, only decent, not even in a good range, decent. So it seems like we are moving back to the buff meta very quickly, right?
Yeah. There seems to be quite a few toughness type Japanese players given buff pawns, right?
Right. And the next person that have the buff is Jito. But honestly, I am rather disappointed that he only got like 3 hidden abilities, 1 bond, 2% bond, and his debuff is 3%. But his inspire is very interesting, you know.
Oh, special skill force.
Yes, so if I'm not wrong, right, it should work like the pressure, you know. As long as you don't use a special skill, right, this inspire stays. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So the entire team, not the entire team,
type.
all the toughness type players will get this 3%
Oh.
after he wins a matchup. But the downside of him is because he's the inside master, right? So he needs to actually win a matchup win a matchup, then he will get that boost. But because his intercept is not very reliable, right, and he doesn't have auto intercept, he is actually a prime target to white pass over, and he gets disabled and he's like useless. That's why I'm quite disappointed with him.
I think Lab has a lot of restrictions on what they can do with this guy because of the massive inside master. If they make one wrong move, he will be too strong already. I think they're being very, very conservative with what they can give him.
I think it's okay to give him auto intercept because his auto intercept, even with auto intercept, he is still not going to intercept most of the things.
Just to stop white pass over, right?
Yeah, just to stop white pass over. If you use a skill pass, nothing is going to happen. It's just going to disable him for sure, 100%. But the thing is, his intercept is too weak, and if you don't give him auto intercept, right, he's a prime target to white pass over. Even Matsu does better than him because of his passive, the AM and forward killer thing. Yep. So that's Jito for you guys. Next, we have Misaki. Where's Misaki? Misaki's here.
No, that's Sorimachi.
That's Sorimachi. Nani? It looks awfully like Sorimachi. Hi, Sok Sok. Alright. Okay, right off the bat, right? Even if you play him with Tsubasa, right? He is still not very strong. Definitely not the type of player that can bully. So in order to win any matchup, right, you absolutely need to guess correctly. And even if you guess correctly, he might get bullied. So a lot of players compared him with the JY version, the Nuke Saki. Both of them provides 4%. And in fact, the Nuke Saki is, I wouldn't say much better, but because the amount of resources you need to invest on the other one, right, is only A skills. So yeah, I think I need to say a lot better, right?
I think, okay, if you compare the two of them, I would say It depends on how much gold threads you have in your team. If you have enough gold threads, then maybe you might, and then you happen to play a team that activates this guy's spawn, then you might want him in midfield, because as good as the JY Misaki is, he can be wiped past over quite easily as well.
Right.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Tintin did say that the Nuksaki only requires two toughness type Japanese players for 4% bond, and this guy actually requires one more. So that can be a thing to, as in you need to take that into consideration as well.
Yeah, plus this guy has skill block cancel also. I mean, as a utility player, this guy is better than Nuksaki.
Right.
And also he moves a lot faster, right?
Of course. And the thing with the Nuksaki is all the way until Platinum, right? He is unstoppable, you know. He is very scary all the way up to Platinum. But once you hit Superstar, right, then he starts to fall off. And that is where this Taro Misaki might be slightly better in that sense.
Yeah, but overall, it's really, what you prefer. It's not a big improvement or even an upgrade, much of an upgrade.
Right. So if you have both of them, right, I will still go for the JY one because of the resources required is almost like nothing since it's only 8 skills. You don't have to dump a lot of black balls.
This picture is nicer.
Oh, yeah, the leg is wrapped with bandage. You see less meat. Okay. No, what? Dominic says that Selena's 2.5% bond is a joke. Where he says that it's unfair because Ken, Genzo, and Espadas all get 4% and he only gets 2.5%.
We'll get to him.
Yep, we'll get to him right now. Japanese player, we still have Ishizaki. Ishizaki! Do you want to discuss with the guys about stand firm? Because Ishizaki got stand firm, right?
Yes. Okay. I used to think that one way to stop Matsuyama might be using a central defender with stand firm to reduce the power of his shot for your goalkeeper, right? That should be quite logical, but according to what I saw on Rock Frog's channel, he made a video about these guys, about these hidden abilities for these guys, and he mentioned that stand firm doesn't work on long shooters. So if a player touches the ball, whether if it's with stand firm or not, the ball will retain its original power when it reaches the goalkeeper for long shooters. So the likes of Matsuyama, the Schneider,
penalty
is it skill type?
Oh yes, skill type.
Yeah, so for all these long shooters, right, stand firm doesn't work. So I was quite shocked to find out. Because if stand firm doesn't work on those long shots, then there's nothing much that you can do to reduce the power at all.
Right. So the same should go for penalty area shooter, right?
I assume so. There's no one has tested yet, but I would assume penalty area master, any abilities that triggers the shot having no distance, then maybe stand firm won't work.
Right. So let's talk about Ishizaki. Ishizaki is weak on tackle, strong on block and intercept, and his passive, this is 80%, so he's got auto block and intercept. So as a central defender, right, he is pretty strong. As in his intercept is strong, so with the 80% chance, right, do you think he will be a good central defender if you play him in a debuff team? I think so, right?
Not so sure.
Let me check out his what kind of numbers he can hit. So if we were to apply 25 limit break to his intercept and block, right? His intercept is not very strong. No, I mean if you consider the 15% special skill force, right? In a matchup he will be much more stronger. That's for sure. But for auto intercept, right? I don't think so. Yeah, it's 60-ish K, so he won't be at Gentile's level. Gentile's auto intercept is really high, especially with full body stand. Yes, and new face block is only 65k. So actually this guy is not a very strong defender unless you play him in a debuff team. Yep, I think that's pretty much for Ishizaki. I think all the players, right? You see, this one requires 6. Don't you think it's a bit too much?
Yeah, it's only 2%. 6 for 2%. That's like so low value.
I don't know, man. But as you guys know, right now the meta is moving. It's a non-Japanese meta, so fitting 6 Japanese into your team might be quite difficult. So AWS saying that it is not easy to play a good debuff team with 6 Japanese. How do you define a good debuff team? There's no
good debuff team. Almost every player has to contribute debuff.
Okay, then you are totally ignoring that. We'll just try to max out the debuff, and the rest is not important. Like for example,
of course, the bonds needs to be decent. I mean, not. Okay, if a player only provides debuff, but then his bond is not activated, then it's not worth it also. I mean, they have to. Okay, if they just supply maybe a 2% bonds, right? But they come with 4% debuff, 5% debuff, then I think that's quite worth it for a debuff team.
Okay. The main issue I see in debuff teams, right, is most of the players, they surely have something that they cannot do well. So moving the ball around might be a problem. That is one. Defending is another problem. Unless you're up against a team with totally no shields at all, which will cover.
Most of them are actually banking on you having no shields so that they can do wide passes around players without auto intercept and also trying to bully.
Right, but we'll touch on that later. Later we will show you guys something. Okay, is that all the Japanese players? I think that is all the Japanese players, right? Anyone did we miss? No. Okay, we can move on to Selena's already. So just now, what was the comment on Selena's again? Say Selena's 2.5% bond is a joke. Okay, but I think Selena's is pretty okay because of his ta-da! 5% shield. That is massive, man.
Right. At this moment, you might not think that shield is that important yet. But if you look at the current banner with Hyuga and Kozo, right, there's a good chance that I think K-Lab is gonna try and release more players with debuffs, and then we will see the return of the debuff teams. So when you know every single team you meet is a debuff team, then you might start to cherish this Selena's. I mean, even having him on the bench as an option is a good idea. Plus, that he also gives stats up for all the defenders, 2% as well.
And German player killer. a lot of players are using KHS as their main striker, so that you have to take that into consideration as well. Right, and he comes with a 12% against forwards. And not to mention that we are now in a agility type scorer kind of meta. Most of the scorers are top scorers are actually agility type. So to score against this Selena as a forward, right, is almost impossible. I look at his figures.
There's one thing I worry about is Salinas. If the player, if your opponent is abusing Matsuyama, then you want to think about it. Whether to bring him on or not.
Right. Oops. Okay, guys, I need 1 second. I thought I already locked that up, but seems like it is not locked.
I think, given a couple of weeks from now, you will see Salinas on most benches.
Right. It really depends how the meta moves. So we don't think that Selena is useless, although it's only 2.5% bond. Because having 5% shield against debuff team weighs even if Selena's has 4% bond.
Yeah, when debuff teams was everywhere, I even contemplated putting him on my bench even though he doesn't have bonds, because having 5% reduction against debuff teams is really huge.
Right. So is your team ready? So can I?
Okay, yes.
Which deck is it?
Go to deck 2 first.
I can't find your name. Oh yeah. Okay, Kozo. Alright, so mind giving us a quick talk through about this team and how it combats against the buff team?
Okay, so I'm already making plans for live with debuff teams. So what you see is currently my PvP team, the team that I use to play ranked matches. So on my bench, you'll see the likes of Salinas, Tile, and the German gang. So I find that I have quite a bit of flexibility now with the ability to bring on 5 subs.
Right.
So as of now in my first 11, there's 10% bonds for non-Japanese. Yes, because 7% from the Schmidt twins and 3% from Goza. Goza only gives to non-Japanese. But in my whole team, there's only 2 Japanese, so I take it as I have 10% shield.
Yes. Okay.
So with 5 substitutions, right? Can you go to deck 3? So if I meet a debuff team, this is what I will do. I'll bring on Salinas, Gentile, and the German gang, or the Dutch brothers, Asuyama, and Tsubasa and Mueller. So these are the 5 changes I'll make. So with these 5 changes, I will have 23% shield in my lineup.
And yet maintain a very high bond.
Yeah, still get to maintain 39.5%. So like a quick gauge is you just add up your bonds and your shield, right? So if it's around 60%, the higher the better. But if it's around 60%, then it's quite safe, I would say. Unless the future debuff players come with even higher debuffs, then we will revisit this.
Actually, the best is already 5. I think the max is 5%. I think if they agree, oh no, it's not 5%, it's 6%. Yeah, the WY Alberto is actually 6%, but that is only one character. Most of them maximum is 5%.
From what
So
I can
yeah,
I can see now, debuff teams are capable of around, if they hit over the 30% debuff, right, their bonds will suffer. So it's usually below 30% for their bonds.
right.
So again, it's around the 60. It adds up to 60, then yeah, it's the
Okay.
average.
Okay, actually, Romania, I think I pronounced his name hopefully correctly. Um, he wanted to know if the toughness type, uh, Pascal is good.
Which one?
This fella, if I'm not wrong, just give me 1 minute.
The latest one?
Yep.
Rising Sun?
This fella. So he comes with the invisible volley shot, which is a volley, and he gets a 25% skill force for his volley. His bond is 3.5% and comes with shields. He doesn't have low ball request, but he has low baller. That means he can pass the ball to himself and it will result in a low ball. And his volley actually hits 97k, which is scary. So other than his volley, right, the rest are really not impressive at all. He can't dribble.
Can he pass?
Sorry.
Is he a good passer?
He can tackle. He can tackle. He can do volleys, and that is about it. Full stop.
If he can't pass, then it's a bit sad.
He can't pass. He can't intercept. But he can tackle.
I think
But
he can.
you need the Argentinian dual tackle to be a relevant tackler.
I was hoping he can provide low ball for DS or something.
Why pass to no, he can't. So the way to use him is to hopefully set him up with either Rival or Tsubasa and hope that it's a low ball. If it's not a low ball, you will need to trap the ball and tap it to yourself. I think he will be deadly against skill type goalkeepers. 97k is no joke, man. It's something to be worried about, but it's not easy to use.
Right.
And seems like he can't do anything other than volley and tackle. So I'm sure there's a better choice out there. So if you have him and you have no choice but to use him, right, he is considered very decent. Okay, I believe we covered everyone, right? Let's go back to the banner. So let's briefly talk about the banner. Banners. Actually, we have two banners. Yes. So this Hyuga. This Hyuga is very similar to the Dreamfest Espadas. He cannot do anything. He can only volley and do heading and volley. And past his first action, right, he becomes not very relevant after that. But so he is meant to be played in the debuff team. But his buff is 2% is really sad, man. But at least he doesn't require 6, right?
2% bonds with 3.5% debuff. It's not very nice, right? Not that great.
Right.
The likes of the Bueno, the Madrid Bueno has 2% and 5%, right?
Right, it's even more, right? But and that Bueno is not bad as well. If you give him the heart check, what is his intercept called again? The new one, the new intercept. Whichever intercept is that, the heart something intercept. Then he actually, Yeah, the skill type Bueno is actually quite okay if you are playing a debuff team. And this Goza is very interesting. Very, very interesting. The main concern that I have for him is his stamina. He can do all his defensive work quite nicely. But I think his main design is to pass the ball to Hyuga.
Bit far, right? Defense
Oh.
to forward.
Oh. Less affected.
Less affected, but from experience, you still can't go as far as defense to forward though. I mean, auto interceptors might think.
Right.
Do you know if auto intercepts activate his intercept killer? It should, right?
I don't think so. Because it says here when an opponent selects intercept. Auto intercept is not selected, right? It's auto, so I don't think it's selected.
Oh, then yeah, I don't think he will get past good auto interceptors.
Right.
The likes of, Matsuyama's intercept can actually intercept my Tsubasa's pass even when it's not that far. I think because of the force.
Actually, I tested with the Dreamfest Matsuyama with the Assault Eagle Pass, which is also less affected, and I don't see any significant difference. Honestly, I don't see any significant difference.
You mean compared to a normal pass, is it?
Right.
Or you mean
Maybe it's just me because I don't make very ambitious pass. Maybe we should start testing to making ambitious pass and see what happens.
I have tried that with Frank de Boer. Frank de Boer also has the less distance DK pass, right?
Right.
I tried him during the events. the raids, the recent raids where we have to get the skill. I tried to pass with him from defense to strikers. Got intercepted.
Right.
White intercept.
Okay. So yeah, so that's pretty much for. So in order for Goza to be effective, right, he needs to move up the pitch quite a bit.
I think
So
just don't use him to pass
all the way to not all the way to Hyuga,
Hyuga.
maybe
it's
to
a
someone
bit
else.
tough.
He is an insanely strong passer, because
Yeah,
if
his pass is very reliable.
yes, because if your opponent choose intercept, right, his pass becomes 80k pass, even Rival and is at Rival's level.
Either way, he gets 30% or 40%.
Right, either way. So yeah, he's a very strong passer. And this banner, right, it only have 7 steps. 7 steps. How much DBs do we need? Do anyone have a quick number to share?
You can see the step up.
Which one? This part?
Just click on the first slide.
So this is 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. 1, 2, 3,
50.
4,
Only
5.
the first 2 is 70.
So it's 250 plus 70.
320.
Yeah. So for a guaranteed either Goza or Hyuga, I think this type of banner is much better than the 10 steps one.
Hard to say.
Why? Why you say so?
The 10 steps has there's better steps, right? Some steps has the chance.
Yeah, but
It's
you
like
know
50%. Yeah.
even the last step is not 100%, right?
Yeah, true.
Even the last step is not 100%. So 440 for a chance.
Okay, usually the ones that doesn't guarantee doesn't guarantee a new SSR, right? That means it's usually a loop, right?
Right.
And it's not a loop, then they will guarantee you one new somewhere.
Even so, there's chances that 440 you might just walk away with one feature, right? And there's 4 featured characters. So 25% of getting what you want for 440. This is 50% of getting what you want for 320 DBs.
You
For
pulling
me,
for this?
I'm not pulling for this.
I think
I
if you planning to play a debuff team, then maybe you consider.
Yeah, and the chances of getting Goza is 50%. I don't have a big, I don't have guts to do it.
For me, the as good as this Goza is, the other Goza is damn good as well. So I don't feel tempted by this banner.
All right. So, especially after anniversary, right? Everyone is so exhausted, and everyone has
Covering.
depleted their DBs, right? It's really difficult to pull for this banner. Especially, this banner might be like, it seems like the recent hidden evolution and this banner, right, is pointing back to the debuff meta, but I think we won't be able to tell after a while, right? So the next banner, if the next banner doesn't have, then how? Then what is it going to be like?
Also, if you have DBs to spare, you might want to consider saving also, because Denzo came after Super Dream Fest, right?
Yep.
The first Dream Fest after Super Dream Fest. So I would suggest not being too spend friendly with your Dream Boss yet.
Okay, Davin is saying that we should compare this Goza with the toughness type Goza. I think they have different applications. This Goza is capable of blocking as well, but the thing is, inside master, right? At the end of the day, you need to guess correctly. If you don't guess correctly, you don't get the ball. The other toughness, the other Goza, right? The toughness type, right? He has a chance to block, tackle, and he's a full body stand defender. So if you ask me, right, I would prefer the toughness type as a defender, right? And
Yeah,
since
most people,
yes, please go ahead.
I mean, most people who have the toughness Goza would prefer the toughness Goza as well.
Yep. And since his passing is not, he's very less likely going to reach Hyuga, right? So why would you play this rather than the toughness type? Toughness type is way too good to pass out already, right? Okay, King is asking, will we make a video for these players? We might make a video for these players. It depends on Chrono Cloud actually. Actually, we have something planned and is in the making. We are still waiting for Chrono Cloud to come back to us, and that will take a while for me to edit because it's not the usual videos that we do, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, please don't be surprised if we skip these two guys.
Yeah. So the next fella is Aoi. Okay, this is Aoi. Look at how much stamina he has.
Wow.
But.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember looking at this Aoi and not liking his design.
Right, so it will take a while before this Aoi becomes good. His initial action, right? He is a lot like the Kauts, but Kauts actually he comes with auto intercept and auto block. So right off the bat, he can contribute already. This Aoi, right? He will take a while for him to get into his the level that he can actually contribute. RF, thank you for your subscription.
Thank you.
So
Anyone else wants to subscribe? Please don't be shy.
yeah, it's just it costs you nothing, man. You just need to hit subscribe, then you will get all the awesome notification. And this guy, 70%. So it depends on where you play your Arkai, right? This might not be a good thing.
Right.
So if Arkai is your central defender, right, this is horrible.
Considering Akai usually isn't that great at reception also.
Right. So to me, right, the only way to play this Aoi is to play him as a DM alongside with Arkai. I think that is the best way to play him. Other than that, if your Arkai is your side defender or one of your defenders, right, it's actually quite risky.
Yeah, unless like how Smith twins, they even though they trigger one another, right, the chances of them winning the ball is super high.
Yeah, because of their they are, one of them is forward killer, one of them is AM killer. So there's a high chance that one of them will actually win the ball.
With both of them having skill blocks also.
Right. The problem that I see here for this type of setup is you need to find a clear path to pass the ball away.
Right.
So for the Smith's brother, I think it's the same issue as well. Once you win the ball already, right, you need to pass the ball away.
Need to panic and find a friend.
Right. And for this combination, it's slightly a bit different. Aoi can pass to a certain extent, but when he gets lower in stamina, right, he is actually quite reliable. So what I'm trying to say is, if Aoi wins the ball, then you are lucky. If he don't and Arkai wins the ball, right, then God bless you.
The key is with him, with Aoi, like because Akai joins as a second matchup. So you just, if you beat Aoi, then Akai usually is a tackler, right? If your player is strong, is a good passer, then you're beating Aoi, then
Right. Hi Joe Alex from Twitch. Hi Shucks. Shucks. Okay, so that is all of the banners. And we have time for team help. So we will look at 3 teams. Team number 1 will be, of course, our King. Actually, King, there's no point for us to look at your team if you want to play PvP with us, right? We will eventually see your team later. But anyways, since he has already requested, why not, right?
yep, maybe the team he wants us to see is different from what he's playing.
Right. And he is a very interesting team builder, so why not? Let's check it out. Deck 2. Deck 5, sorry. I'm repeating what he typed in the chat. Oh, debuff team. Well, not quite a debuff team. Nope, it's not a debuff team at all, sorry.
It's all one guy. There's only one guy with debuff.
Okay,
two.
Right off the bat, this guy don't have much value without Eric.
Yes, his usefulness. I mean, he's still a forward killer with skill block. Still usable, but he's not broken.
Not half the value, I would say. If they are in a pair, oh my god, so scary, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're not useless. Just that if you have the pair, right, you'll never play them alone.
Right, and Yoshizaki, defense-wise, I don't know. I think this Misugi is already fallen off the grid already. So, yeah.
How much bonds?
Sorry?
How much bonds is this team?
Let me check
What's
it out.
this team have?
34.5.
It's too low already. Current, a lot of teams has 10% more bonds.
Yes, so if you want to compete in higher tier PvP, I think at least you need to hit 40.
I want you to look at Pierre.
What's with Pierre?
Pierre's
What? Super reflex block.
really? You want to waste his stamina with a block?
My god. Okay.
This what? This is your idea of a Matsuyama counter.
Matsuyama counter.
Yeah.
Okay. Matsuyama can always look for Hyuga, right? When you defend, you don't choose. Your opponent choose, you don't choose. So unless all your forwards can block, right? I don't take this as a counter though.
Yeah. You might surprise a few Matsuyamas.
Yeah, you might surprise.
But you know, like Matsuyama will, if the player is savvy enough, he will know Pierre is a full body stand player, so he won't go and intentionally match up with Pierre in case his long shooter doesn't activate. Right? Then he'll be in trouble. So he'll definitely look for your Hyuga.
Right, and not to mention that Matsu has skill block as well, so this might or might not work. It has a 33% chance of working, I guess.
Yeah, but then again, yeah, there might be some users
Alright.
so used to just spamming Matsuyama that they just match up with anyone.
Alright, so let's move up the line. I think this Grandeur is okay. This Grandeur is actually great. This Nusaki, nothing to... Nusaki is quite good as well. This guy is okay. Sano, as usual, Sano doing Sano stuff, Sano not doing any stuff.
Can I see Sano's hidden abilities? Low flying force up. Low for...
I think this is the... this is why Sano is in here. To give Misaki another additional 5%. But the thing is, you need to win a matchup with him first. That alone is not easy.
He doesn't have skill block, right?
Nope.
I can see him being bullied.
Right, so overall this team, I don't think got any... Offensively, I think it can be some sort of threat. Just using these two to attack. Okay. Actually, I would prefer the jumping Raiju shot. It is a lot more stronger. Other than that, I think it's quite okay. Defensive wise, I think might struggle a bit. Just a bit. Any comments?
Pit Ito would be a good hit here over Misugi, I think.
Okay, but I don't think he has it. And he doesn't. He's playing a Japanese. Okay. I get it. Then would you play this fella or this fella?
Oh, yeah, I will play Koza.
But Goza needs 5 non-Japanese, right? He doesn't have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 only.
Oh.
Yeah, I would honestly I would try to squeeze him in though. But it's going to be tough because Misaki will need another toughness type Japanese, which takes up another slot, and you can't touch his agility type. So the only person to go is actually Pierre. But his Pierre is he already committed this, so I don't think he will take his Pierre outright.
I mean, these are the kind of teams that King will try and build. Like no one else will thought of trying to use Pierre as a counter.
As a blocker, right?
Yeah, so it's very interesting lah.
Yeah, it's
See
very
how he
interesting.
plans. But I mean, if you're just purely trying to counter one Masayama, then you might work, as in you might surprise a few Masayama, but then with such low bonds, right? In the long run, in the full game, you'll be quite a disadvantage.
Right. So he's saying that he planned to change Misugi with the Urabe, the G23, the stats down one, right? Is that one the stats down one, or pressure or something? Not pressure. What is that? After he loses the ball, the player gets the buff or something like that. So, anyways, this is a very interesting team. Let's move on. So let's move on to Michael's team, one of our members, and of course our dear Devin lined up a few teams for us to look at. Thank you, Devin.
3 teams, right?
3 teams. We will look at 3 teams. Actually, I was thinking about after the next video, we are going to take a break or something like that. We'll see. As long as Chrono Cloud is willing to do the recording to lighten our workload, right? I don't mind not taking a break. Okay, team 1. Wow, this is interesting.
Oh, wow.
This is actually very interesting.
You know this.
You know these 2 guys, right? After their revamp, right? These 2 guys is actually quite good at enabling. You know, this guy low baller. Just imagine if you give. Did he? Oh, he didn't. Because he didn't play Hyuga. Just imagine if he gives the volley to this guy and he plays Hyuga, right? Oh my god. I might puke though. So what do you think? I think this is a very interesting. I think the team is built around this Misaki.
But then there's no good shots, right?
Oh, actually, you see, he's got 5% here. He's got 5% here. That is 10% already.
But is slight shot bendable?
Not really, but I think if he's up against Calusius, I think he might score, you know. With all the buff that is stacking on this Misaki, it is almost scary. Almost, I say.
If he can somehow fit in Tsubasa, even for the golden win shot.
Yeah, that would be nice. So I was thinking that maybe a volley is even more deadlier. Considering that you have a low baller here. These 2 guys can play make, but they can't defend. So, okay, let's do what we do. Goalkeeper is okay. The bonds 41%. Wow. This is a very, very interesting team. Okay, nothing much to say about goalkeeper. I think this Genzo is probably the best goalkeeper to use right now for PvP. Probably.
Second. Yeah.
Second best. Yeah, the best is Müller. Is that Müller?
It depends. It depends. I think both has its merits.
Right. And defensive wise, I think Akai already fallen off the grid as well. Unless you got the... Okay, you do not have the new intercept. So he will be quite weak against intercept. I mean 1-2. I have been using for a while and I find that a lot of people will find him to either use pass to bully him or 1-2.
Yeah, he was being used as a stepping stone before the anniversary. So now even more players are capable of bullying him.
Yeah, and for this Igawa, right, I think you might. Do you think this Igawa is better or Jito is better?
It's hard to say. I personally is leaning towards Jito because of Inside Master and the penalty box area master.
Yeah, but his Jito is not well built, so I think that is also one of the reasons why they didn't. And the other thing is, I think he's trying to maximize his bonds. Other than that, I would prefer Jito as well. If his Jito is much more deck out. Anyways, moving on, Radunga is decent. Radunga is quite a decent DM. And you have all the defensive skills, which is great. Offensive wise, I think if you are trying to defend up high, right, it's really difficult because none of your players up front, right, can defend. Super sub.
I would really sacrifice some bonds to fit in a Tsubasa or Yuga just to, since your whole team is already built towards.
Oh, he doesn't want to let us see other teams. oh. Because I'm trying to find out if he has Tsubasa or not. He don't have a chance maker Tsubasa. So anyways, let's move up. This guy is an auto interceptor. This guy, I think, is he will apply pressure up front, but he is not really a goal threat until he wins his matchup. And for him to do that is not easy. Oh, this guy is the monster dribbler, right? Wow, he speed 15k. This guy also fallen off already.
This team, right? Look at this team. Mueller will have no problems at all. There's no goal threats to Mueller.
Not even on the bench. Yep, not even on the bench. Even on the bench, there's no goal threat.
Mueller is the most.
This is another very interesting team, which is utilizing 3 of the Golden 23 players. Yeah, I think it might work.
Not the standard cookie cutter.
Right. So the other team. So the other thing that we will suggest you is to put a Muller counter on your bench at least, or at least try to fit someone that can score against Muller. Trying to find one. Santana might be someone that you want to look at. Even
Santana needs Natureza though, and his whole team setup will be quite messy. I don't think he can fit in.
Okay. Then
Unless
how about
he wants to remove the Golden 23. I think the interesting thing about that team is the Golden 23 trio.
Alright, pretty interesting team. Let's move on to the last team, to Lit Drink. Lit Drink is becoming one of our regulars as well.
Name makes me thirsty.
You want to grab a drink or something?
Yes, I'll be back.
Okay. Yep, Devin. A pretty rare team to see. So Lit Drink is which deck? I assume it's deck 1, okay, because Devin didn't, or maybe you didn't let us know that which deck you want us to look at. Deck 1, okay, I got it. Sorry. So, deck 1. 36%.
Guys, I'm back. Guess what I just did?
Drink water.
Nope. I pressed the like button.
Alright.
Join me, guys.
Right, don't be shy to hit that like button to help us along. Thank you, guys. Help out your boys. So, Lead Drink wants us to look at the deck 1, which is this deck. So, he doesn't have a lot of team skills. And Bond is 36%. Player quality wise, you are giving me an eyesore right off the bat with playing Shasta at the side here. He's a mid area master, so if you play him there, he's going to lose 15% bonus. And honestly, I don't think there's any real goal threat. Yep, there's no real goal threat for the current meta. And I don't think you can afford to feed Hyuga like a lot of chances. I don't think I seriously don't think you can afford to exchange possession very often. As in, it's okay to let Hyuga miss the first time and he'll try again, then you change possession because you're using a full body stand goalkeeper, so every chance actually counts.
Yeah. By the time your Hyuga builds enough stacks, you might be 2 goals down.
Right. So I think this is really lack of goal threats. This team is really lack of goal threats. Defensive wise, I think it's still very decent with Goza and Gentile holding the fort. I think they are quite strong. And on top of that, you have Radunga right in front of them.
This is what the anniversary usually does. If you are not lucky enough to get those anniversary players, a lot of the times you will find yourself without much goal threats, or like even a usable keeper. I mean, in your case, you still can use Calusius, and your defense is solid enough. But then, if you can't score, then it's no point, being able to hold the opponent.
Right, I agree. So I will see this team struggle to score. Defensive wise, I think it's quite okay. Even his Miguel is fully decked out with defensive skills. I think probably you might want to find a formation that you can fit Chester somewhere in the middle. Because if you straight up put him at the side, right, he lose 15%. And without the 15%, he will struggle. He will struggle 100%.
You need a aura, first and foremost.
Yeah, so the most important thing is to actually get a relevant goal threat. Santana alone, right? Oh, okay. AWS say that Santana and Rafael is on the bench. Yeah. Honestly, I would use Rafael over Clivert, but I think he's using his Clivert as one of the scoring options because he's really lack of scoring options. And Santana alone, right, is quite it's not that threatening when he's alone because he will need his full metal phantom.
Yeah, and I see that he has that Natureza, so that means he probably doesn't have a better one.
Right. That is. Can you hold the fort for like 2 minutes? I go and get myself a drink. And probably you can see something that I didn't notice. Be right back.
Okay, so looking at this team, I did see that your Ryan only has the spinning volley shot. Even with two, even if you manage to build like 2 stacks, 2 matchup win bonus, right? With the low momentum of spinning volley, I doubt he will be a threat as well to most of the keepers. Like keepers you see now are Enzo and Mueller, so yeah, I don't think he can score against both of them.
Okay, I'm back.
Yay!
And honestly, it doesn't matter in which PvP tier you are in, right? That you're bound to meet Mueller, you'll be bound to meet one of the meta goalkeepers, and against those goalkeepers, right? I think your team will struggle. What did I miss?
Oh, I just told him that spinning volley is also not good enough for
Yeah,
Ryan, even if he managed to build a win bonus.
at least you'll need a proven ace, right?
So you have your three potential scorers all need to win matchups.
Right.
I mean, Hyuga needs to win, needs to pull off shots. So all three are quite reliant on you having enough time on the ball.
Yep. And King mentioned that there's no good sub goalkeeper. Actually, this is a very good sub goalkeeper. And he
doesn't have the skill.
PSGGK, he just need to level up his jumping SGGK. And this goalkeeper is actually very reliable, guys. Don't underestimate the OWY Genzo.
Yeah, I actually rate him higher than Lucius.
Yeah, I rate him higher than Calusius as well. Only if I have Aoi to make a Japanese skill type team, which I don't. So sad. Yes, shucks, the green Genzo is great. I'm not even kidding you. He is great.
There are some top PvP players that actually prefer playing this Genzo over Mueller as well.
Right. So AWS is suggesting him to use 3 defenders. That is possible as well. He can drop Arkai, yes. It won't affect his bonds at all because Jito only requires 2 skill type, right? And this guy requires none of the skill type, so yeah. So with that in mind, he can move play a 3-2-3-2. Move Chester in the middle and play Raphael. But that still don't solve his scoring issue. So at the end of the day, you still need to get a better goal threat. That's it. Alright. So that's it. Let's move on to PvP. And just before we start, right, I put out something. I put together something which is not the best, of course, I know, but yeah. So this is obviously not the best, but I don't plan to use this. I'm just putting it there so that it fits the team. So
What debuff is that?
I didn't really count, but we can start counting now. This
Oh,
is
you
10%.
went for Aoi
Yeah.
for the team skill.
Yes. I'll grab anything that is guaranteed.
Plus and Japanese.
Yes. It's Japanese. Most important is Japanese. I'm trying to collect all the Japanese team skills so I can play around with it. I don't care much about others though. So there's 10% here. Excuse me. 9% here. 19%. This is 3.5. 22.5. And there's 9% here. So it's a 31.5% debuff.
The bonds?
Bonds, I think we can check here. 26.5. So little.
But you have 30 something debuff, right?
31.5.
Yeah, so I think it might work, no?
Might or might not. I am not sure, and I don't really trust this guy. I do not.
Must you play him?
No need. I already
2,
have
3,
5
4, 5.
toughness type Japanese already.
Yeah, just even that Xeno what you have on your bench. Will he activate his bonds if you play him?
I think so.
In a debuff team, he can catch a lot of things.
Okay.
Even without his passive. I think it's very playable. You might wanna
Explore
it.
it.
You might wanna play this before everyone brings back the shields.
But the thing is, I would prefer to play Japanese. For example, okay. Initially, right, my team is more towards like that, and I think I didn't use Bueno. I forgot who I used. I was using a 3-2-3-2 formation. Oh yeah, with Hyuga on top. But I was hoping for the new Hyuga.
Yep.
And with that, okay, with that setup, right? I'll change it to a 3-2-3-2. Just have a quick look, okay? Oh, Nani? So I don't have Bueno. This is trying to represent the new Hyuga. I was playing something like that. Then for goalkeeper, I think I used the old Genzo. Okay, I think. This has a lot more bonds, I think. I think someone is not activated. 28.5. Actually, it's 30.5 if you consider the 2% from the new Hyuga.
Right. And debuffs?
Debuff, I think, is around 25.5%. Let me check in my Discord. So, with this team, right, there's a difference. There's actually someone to bring the ball to the strikers, which is this Tsubasa.
Yeah. This team looks more solid.
More playable.
At the expense of some debuff.
But
you can also explore this.
But the thing is, once you step into debuff already, right? If you are up against a team with a lot of shields on the bench, right? There's really not much changes you can do, right, in the second half to improve your bonds.
I haven't explored it yet. I've wondered, like if given we can do 5 substitutions, then we can bring on shields. I was thinking maybe debuff teams can
Do the same as well.
their debuffs, and bring on more bonds. I don't have much debuff players, so I've never explored that. But if you can pull that off, then it might be a good trick. Because when people bring on more shields, they sacrifice bonds. Then if you remove your debuffs and bring on more bonds, then it's a good counter. But I haven't figured out how that will work. Because I've never really played debuff teams.
Right. So maybe I shall spend a bit more time trying to come out with a debuff team that can switch the lineup to improve the bonds to counter those that lower their bonds and improve their shields.
You can pull that off, then you're in good hands.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm very reliant on chance maker. So a team without chance maker, I kind of feel like I might not play very well.
I am very used to playing without Transmaker now because when I try to use Transmaker, right, most of the time it's really hard to use Transmakers now because players will not let you have a pass with him. A lot
Right.
of interceptors, he's not that capable of bullying anymore.
Unless his stamina is really, really, really low. Okay, besides that point, just now the initial debuff team that I shown, right, there is no one reliable to pass the ball. Except for Ramirez is the best passer already, in that sense, because of his stat downs 20%. Other than Ramirez, right, the rest I think will struggle to pass the ball. And the ball will struggle to reach the forward. Unless we play wide pass, which I'm not really good with. I rather match up and try my luck rather than wide pass.
Yeah. So let's go to gacha. Let's go.
There's no gacha.
Yuga.
No Yuga. I don't think I want Yuga. Okay, anyways, is it your this week is your turn to play? You want to play?
You can play if you want.
You can go on. I played already last
Okay.
week.
Okay, can.
Can.
Okay, I'll type into the chat.
Can.
Very sleepy now. The numbers.
What numbers? Oh, you can't see the numbers.
The room number. Don't have much teams set up.
Soup. Matsuyama's soup.
Matsuyama's.
Soup. Such an interesting name. Alright, what's this team you're playing? Your regular PvP team?
Yeah.
Wow, you're up against Mueller.
Mueller. Should I spam? Probably not.
If you do, he might return the favor because I see Matsu, then this will turn into a tennis game. It's up to you though.
Usually I would. I know I said, I don't spam much in the PvP adventures, right? I find myself spamming more and more nowadays.
Oh, what do you block?
Ooh, juicy.
Oh, you block intercept. Wow. Juicy.
このパスでチャンスを広げる
Oh,
because I want to save his stamina for power.
okay. Anyways, it's really difficult to score on the first shot.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going in. I don't think this is going in.
This is just to drain him a bit. But if you underestimate this, I've scored on God Hand before.
Okay, he's got it. So, Azil is asking, do the guys think that Magus, Rising Star Magus will come out soon?
俺が止める。俺は
Yeah,
絶対に
you might.
負けません。来やがれ。
Chance he might
俺が
come
行く
out.
ぜ。そんな。
So, we already got the ball already because there's nothing he can do.
何？もらった。
White shot! Alright, I thought no one blocked.
Oh no!
出し先を読んだらあとは思い切りだ。行くぜ。はっはっさあ来い。
勝負だ。
Shakoi! This guy's first pass, oh, is juggling pass. So if he's using the other pass, right, Aoi's first pass is very strong. The other pass is called a drop kick pass, right? Or is there a stronger version nowadays? Maybe there is.
Top kick pass is the strongest.
Oh!
俺が止める。来い。
Oh!
Gone. Ball is gone.
Boy's gone. Spam?
ほいほい。俺が仕留める。もらった。
出し先を読んだらあとは思い切りだ。行くぜ。あ
Huh. Hey Devin, you guys don't start the game first. Wait for this game, then we can watch you guys play. Oh, revive.
止める。来い。やってやるか。
There's no dribble. Oh no. So. This guy.
集中しろ。ここで試合を決めるぞ。それ。俺が仕
There
留め
you
る。
go.
読んだ。
Now see me panic. I go to find a friend.
Matsu is just right in front of you.
俺が持ち込む。来るなら来い。
俺が
when did I
止める
block?。
俺がマークする。
Oh dear.
I don't think you can
Hey.
dribble past him. There's no way you can dribble past him. Don't even think about it.
Yep.
So there's only one choice.
よし。チャンスだ。
I don't even have the long distance. Long shooter. Oh, nice. All to me. Yay!
What? Oh, here we
や
go.
ってやるか。かかってこい。俺が止める。
I think I can get through like.
I think it would be difficult to get through Goza though.
的確にパスを送る役目はこの俺だ。それ。
Those are the
Actually,
kicks.
I will do the same. You could have spammed though.
自分で行く。
So same goes for him. He could have spammed here. It's not worth it, no, to spam from too far against Mueller. He will just use his very cheap catch and earn that 25%.
ベルトの教えてくれたドライブ
Is
Is this
シュートは無敵
team
なんだ。
the guy who asked about Pascal?
I don't think so.
ゴールはさせん。
I don't think so. I don't think it's the same guy. Because that guy is playing Romoya is playing with Devin right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, his team is a 43. His team is a very, very solid team. Just that I think he's banking everything on the low ball. Honestly, that is what all he needs. He just need to make the pass, and with the 10% hotline, right? If he really receives the ball with the hotline and is a low ball, right? I don't think your Mueller can stop that shot. You're making any changes?
Thinking about it.
Bring out the KH, oh. You're not gonna bring out the German gang, are you? No?
No.
Okay.
Because I will weaken my defense if I bring them on.
Oh, he didn't proc. He is still going to shoot. Oh, it's so powerful. You dare to use state fast catch or not?
I think A catch can. Let's let the computer decide. I think he will use one-handed catch.
Okay.
Maybe steadfast.
Oh, because he didn't proc, right?
Yeah, didn't proc. My turn.
So that is long feet. I think you should push your line further up though. If you don't squeeze right, then his player will have a lot of time. Oh, he got it. Of course.
Such a hockey catch.
Okay, that's...
Who is that defender? Under Stein.
Ah, good question. Gentile, I think maybe. Oh, you guessed it right again. My god. You're so good at Jankenpo.
Eat my shot!
What?
Since he already activated full power, I'm not gonna build with full power anyway. Wow, my stamina is 0.
Zero. Yes, because that shot
Damn it.
is Chance Maker is dead.
Went overboard with the spin.
Are we again?
Oh,
Okay. Nani?
oh no. Oh no.
Whoa. The pass is very tempting. And a full power Tsubasa pass is mighty strong.
ここで試合を決めるぞ。
行くよボールくん、サッカーフィールドも友達だ。
No!
Here we go!
俺が行くぜ。
A 97k shot!
決め
Here
る。
we go!
そんな
I believe you.
Kakue!
よし来い。
So cool that shot.
who will get the ball?
I think you should get the ball.
Okay.
Just activate full power.
Looking at who will receive the pass.
Oh, who will receive the pass? I see.
昔のあの時とあの崖での特
Maybe
訓のよう
single.
に
Oh my god, it's a goal!
And that's game! No time already.
Really? No time.
You have time for one attack. You cannot do extra moves.
やってやるか
行かせないぜ
Wow, I'll just go for it, man. I'll just go for... Your Natu is a forward, right? Yeah, high chance that he will bully Couts.
的確にパスを送る役目はこの俺だそれ
Nani? You took the other path. The longer
誰が
path.
相手だろうと負けない
俺が止める俺が止
How
め
do you
る
block? Okay. The first one cannot intercept. The second one cannot tackle. Oh, okay.
俺のフェイントでかわす
Okay.
俺のフェイントでかわす これで試合を決めてやる
俺たちが
You're still within full
世界
power,
一に
right?
なるんだ
I think so.
Most,
Yeah.
yeah, most likely this is going in already. He actually boundary break his Mueller.
片腕だけで十分だ
Interesting. His Mueller got 6 skills. No, I think he's going for it. Unless you block his shot. Nope. I think he's going for it. Anyways, no time already. It makes no sense for him not to shoot now.
よしチャンスだ
Bye, King.
I
何
This is a lot of full power.
受けて立つ
Do you dare to use steadfast catch?
Why you need to do that?
そんなシュート片腕だけで十分だどうだ
So we're going into extra time. Ding. His Mueller is practically dead. He has to play Xeno. Your Mueller is almost dead as well. But I think if you put Genzo in, right, I don't think he can stop Pascal though. Wow, you're very convenient. Your Tsubasa left 300 stamina. Really good for extra time. Are we done with the substitution? Or you guys are playing my games?
Yep. Okay.
ようやくわしの出番のようだな。
Wow, he didn't change. No one changed goalkeeper.
はい。
Wow,
せい
that is shocking actually.
せい。
That is really shocking.
ここは自分で行く。
早くやろうぜ。
So Romoya, do you win against Davin or Davin won?
行くぞ。王道自由に羽ばたけ。
Okay. Ah! He didn't limit break his intercept, I guess.
Oh my god.
Oh! Yeah, because
あとは思いっきり
there
だ。
was a touch in between.
It's bad.
Okay, he is definitely going to shoot.
俺は負けない。
Do you give him a block? Oh, yes, you give him a block.
What?
He's going to shoot for sure, but your Tiger Brain can block.
少年場だ。集中していくぞ。集中しろ。ここで試合を決めるぞ。
Wow.
よし、チャンスだ。
Gilbrand.
Hey, he blocks it.
Oh dear.
俺がマークにつく。
There's no time already. Yeah.
このパスは絶対に通してみせる。
ここで攻撃の流れを断つ。行くぜ。
Why you still commit?
Is it active, me area master?
Oh no, why did you still commit?
Hoping to
Bounce
instant
the ball?
pass. Oh.
Yoshikoi! やってやる
Wow,
か。
that's really dangerous of him to match up with your Naturazer. With the tight advantage, right? I think it's quite dangerous.
But I don't have full power.
俺の前に立つやつは誰であろうと蹴散らす。
Oh, there's a white pass.
早くやろうぜ。
遠慮なく行くぞ。
Oh no.
Oh
I'm
no.
in trouble again.
And let me tell you guys, Kozo didn't let me break his intercept.
Wow, you just dribble and right pass over
楽しむ。
my defender.
勝負を楽しむ。
Outside of full power, his pass is not that strong.
Hope I get it. Because I put the AM killer in central defense for this purpose. Get it? Oh!
He touches it, not enough.
俺が行くぜ。
And it's a low ball. Here we go.
決める。
GG!
よし来い。
That is pretty much it.
俺は止める。昔のあの時のあの崖での特訓のように。
Okay, that's quite a lot. Oh! What? Wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
I didn't expect.
Club mate is in the chat.
Yep. He joined us as a member as well.
勝負だ。よし来い。来い。
The game is going to end like in the next moment, right?
Did the Rainbow Creek come from?
行くぞ
What?
Um,
What? You don't have time though, but you still can bring the ball down and hopefully someone can come into the box. What is going on?
勝負だ
Here we go.
わしが相手だ
That's the hook.
Oh, okay.
ガンガン行くぜ
Oh, he got it. That's the end of the game.
ありがと
Hey, thank you. Thanks for the game.
Thank you, GG. Is that Sharks? Sharks, are you the one who play? Sharks over at Twitch said thanks, so it might be him, I'm not sure.
Thank you if it's you.
Yes, it's him.
Okay, yes. Thanks for the game. Great game.
Very interesting that you actually use Pesca as your main striker. Alright.
Almost scored with the second one.
Alright, let's end the stream right now. Thank you so much. Right. So I'll just let the credit run and Kozo talk. And that's it. Is that all? Alright guys, join us again next week. And we will keep you guys updated if we are taking a break. Thank you so much for joining us for the stream. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Bye, Neterazer.